Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Act East policy an important part of Indo-Pacific vision, urges industrialists to invest in India. President Ramnath Kovind addresses 5th convocation of Sikkim University, exhorts students to work with people in villages. Assam Chief Minister says Sri Sri Shankar Dev introduced Panchayati Raj system through Namghars 500 years ago, which must be strengthened. Bru refugees living in Tripura camps continue road blockade, demanding restoration of rations and relief materials. And in sports, Indian men's and women's hockey teams qualify for 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Ajanta Chaudhary. Now with the details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India's Act East policy is an important part of its Indo-Pacific vision. Addressing the 16th India-ASEAN Summit in Bangkok this morning, he said, engagement with ASEAN has been and will always remain a critical element of India's Act East policy and strategy. The Prime Minister said integrated, organised and economically developing ASEAN is in India's basic interest. Modi said expanding connectivity and deepening India-ASEAN economic integration is among the key priorities of the Act East policy. He added that India is committed to further enhancing the partnership through the strong surface, maritime and air connectivity, besides via their digital link.
फिजिकल एवं डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी के लिए $1 बिलियन की भारतीय लाइन ऑफ क्रेडिट उपयोगी होगी। हमारा इरादा अध्ययन।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited businesses to invest in India. Stressing on innovations and startups, he said the business would be welcomed with open arms in the country. He was speaking at the 50-year celebrations of the Aditya Birla Group in Bangkok. The Prime Minister said India has improved its ranking in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business. He said India is now pursuing the dream of becoming a $5 trillion economy by 2024. Modi said India's GDP was about $2 trillion when his government took over in 2014, but in just 5 years it has increased to nearly $3 trillion. The Prime Minister said India is giving special emphasis to enhancing connectivity with Thailand and other ASEAN countries under its Act East policy. President Ramnath Kovind has urged universities to take initiatives under University Social Responsibility on the lines of corporate social responsibility. He also urged institutions to send students to spend time in villages to improve people's living conditions. The President was addressing the Sikkim University's 5th convocation ceremony in Gangtok today. Kovind urged students to work with people in improving cleanliness, health, immunization, education and nutrition parameters in villages. He urged universities to adopt villages in their vicinity to achieve these objectives. The President also presented special gold medals to 10 students. Around 1,500 students who passed out in 2017, 2018 and 2019 were awarded degrees today. Over 200 students were awarded gold and silver medals. Of the 122 gold medalists, 74 are girls.
दीक्षांत समारोह के अवसर पर हो रही है।
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh held bilateral consultations with his Uzbekistan counterpart Major General Bakhodir Nizamovich Kurbanov during his 3-day visit to Tashkent from 1st of November. This was the first visit by an Indian Defence Minister to Uzbekistan in about 15 years. Both the countries signed 3 MOUs to enhance cooperation in military medicine and military education. During the meeting, the two sides expressed satisfaction at the enhanced level of defence engagements between India and Uzbekistan since the visit of the then Defence Minister of Uzbekistan to India in September 2018. Assam Chief Minister Horbananda Sonowal today said that Sri Sri Shankar Dev has introduced Panchayati Raj system in the state through establishment of Namghars about 500 years ago, which must be strengthened. Addressing the concluding 26th session of Srimanto Shonkordev Sangha held at Sri Sri Madhav Dev Hamanya Khetra at Narayanpur in Lakhimpur district, Honwal said that Namghars not only acted as a unifying factor but also acted as assembly house and courts. The Chief Minister also assured that the Shonkordev University will be built to a world university level for the benefit of the students. He also urged members of the Sangha to plant 30 lakh trees for protection of the environment. The open session presided over by Kamalakanta Gogoi was also attended by Minister Naba Kumar Dole, MP Pallav Lochan Das and other dignitaries. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh had a candid interaction with the administrators of different social media groups or pages to explore ways for constructive use of social media in Imphal on Saturday. A total of around 140 groups or pages operating on apps like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram and YouTube participated in the interactive session. Speaking at the interactive session, the Chief Minister appreciated the contribution of social media groups or pages in maintaining communal harmony, promoting national integration and freedom of expression. However, he expressed concern over the unregulated use of social media for spreading hate posts, unverified and fake news. Stating that Manipur being populated by people of different communities, N. Biren Singh urged the administrators of social media groups or pages to keep strict vigil of the post uploaded by group members because even a slight misrepresentation of facts may sometimes create huge communal flare-ups. In Tripura, after the rations and relief materials were stopped by the Centre for the Bru refugees living in 7 relief camps, the Brus have continued their indefinite road blockade for the 4th day on Sunday against the suspension of essential supplies by the government. Despite persuasion, tribal refugees sheltered in Tripura for the past more than 22 years after fleeing from neighbouring Mizoram continued their road blockade, demanding resumption of food and relief supplies. Over 35,000 Riang tribal refugees comprising 5,907 families are sheltered in 7 relief camps in northern Tripura's 2 subdivisions since October 1997. The refugees have expressed total dissatisfaction over the ongoing repatriation process and demanded an autonomous district council for the Riang tribals, besides other demands. In Assam, on the 3rd day of the 21st Northeast Book Fair 2019 in Guwahati today, eminent literature and former Vice-Chancellor of Guwahati University, Amarjyoti Chaudhary, moderated a program on book reading named as Kitab Porhar Andolon, Book Reading Movement, to encourage people for reading books. While speaking to DD News, Chaudhary said, "People should have the habit of reading books. It is through which one can attain knowledge, and this in turn helps in taking right decisions for oneself and for the society." Chaudhary also said libraries should be opened in every nook and corner of the state so that people get attracted towards books. Manipur Textile, Commerce and Industry Minister T.H. Biswajit today took part in a mega social service campaign ahead of Manipur International Handloom and Textile Expo 2019, Manitex. During the campaign, Minister Biswajit and the participants collected plastic items and waste materials from the roadside of the road leading to the venue of Manitex 2019 Trade and Expo Centre in Imphal West District. Speaking to media persons on the sideline of Cleanliness Drive, the minister informed that social service was conducted as part of the Manitex to spread the message of cleanliness. He stated that 12 foreign countries and 56 teams from different parts of the country will be participating in Manitex 2019, which will start from November 5. In men's hockey, 8-time champions India qualified for next year's Tokyo Olympic after mauling Russia 7-1 in the second game of the 2-legged FIH qualifiers for men in Bhubaneswar last night. The Indian men, ranked 5th in the world, defeated world number 22 Russia 4-2 in the first leg on Friday. Earlier in the evening, the Indian women's also sealed their place after beating the United States 6-5 on aggregate despite losing the second match 1-4. Indian women have now qualified for back-to-back Olympics, having sealed it in Rio de Janeiro after a gap of 36 years. In cricket, India will take on Bangladesh in the first T20 international of the three-match series at Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi today. The match is scheduled to begin at 7 p.m. Rohit Sharma will lead the Indian side as Virat Kohli has been rested. All India Radio will broadcast live commentary on the match alternately in Hindi and English. It can be heard on Rajdhani FM Rainbow and additional frequencies from 6:30 p.m. The four-day celebrations of Chhath Puja concluded this morning with devotees offering prayers to the rising sun in different parts of the country. After offering prayers to sun god, devotees broke their 36-hour fast and prasad was distributed among the people. In Bihar, devotees had started gathering at ghats of various rivers, including Ganga, Kosi, Gandak and Sone early this morning. Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal also took part in the Chhath Puja celebration at Kachari Ghat in Dibrugarh last evening. Addressing the gathering, the Chief Minister called upon all to work unitedly to make Assam a developed state in the country. Several dignitaries, including State Water Resources Minister Kekhob Mohanto, also attended the program. In Tripura, 4 Nigerian footballers were arrested from a Guwahati-bound train at the Agartala railway station. According to the official of the government railway police, the Nigerian footballers aged between 23 and 29 were detained during a search on the Guwahati-bound train. The Nigerian nationals entered Tripura from Bangladesh. 3 of the 4 youth were carrying valid Nigerian passports and Bangladesh visa, but they didn't have any travel visa for their entry into India. GRP Sub-Inspector Snehangshu Marak told the media. And before we wind up the bulletin, a recap of the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Act East policy an important part of Indo-Pacific vision, urges industrialists to invest in India. President Ramnath Kovind addresses 5th convocation of Sikkim University, exhorts students to work with people in villages. Assam Chief Minister says Sri Sri Shonkordev introduced Panchayati Raj system through Namghars 500 years ago, which must be strengthened. Bru refugees living in Tripura camps continue road blockade, demanding restoration of rations and relief materials. And in sports, Indian men's and women's hockey teams qualify for 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.